This is the Palin Update on SarahNet Radio. I'm Kevin Scholla.
My kids as public school participants right now, it's near and dear to my heart. I'm very, very concerned about where we're going in education, and we've got to ramp it up and put more attention in that arena.
A small school in Washington State is preparing for the thrill of a lifetime. Sarah Palin will speak at the Republic High School graduation. Today, the class president, Tyler Weyer, is here to talk about how he and his classmates were able to book the governor for their special day. It was a busy Palin week, starting with Mother's Day, and an honor to be recognized by the governor for an article I wrote on Sally Heath, Sarah Palin's mom. As the week progressed, the baby butcher, Kermit Gosnell, was convicted, and Palin offered her thoughts. She also doled out an important endorsement in Missouri, backing our friend Jason Smith for Congress. While some sit on their hands, Sarah Palin continues to expose the misdeeds of the IRS, and she demands answers on Benghazi. And just ahead, our latest edition of Steel Resolve with Sarah Steelman. Now we welcome in Tyler Weyer, a high school senior from Republic, Washington, a town of about 1,000, which is immersed in traditional values and patriotism. Weyer and his classmates are very excited nowadays because Sarah Palin has agreed to speak to the Republic graduating class next month. Tyler Weyer, welcome to the Palin Update on SarahNet Radio.
Thank you for having me.
The big news for you and your graduating class in Republic, Washington. Sarah Palin will speak at your graduation. How in the world did you pull this off?
Well, it was quite the process, actually. We first started, it all started out in a group conversation we had as a class in English class. Actually, my teacher, Mike West, opened the floor to discussion about our guest speaker. And a lot of people brought up, oh, we'll get this teacher, or we'll get this teacher, and someone else brought up a prominent community member. And I said, well, let's get Sarah Palin. Understanding that it was a long shot and probably wasn't going to happen. But I brought it up anyway, and he said, well, if you want to get her, then you need to start now, go now. So I said, okay, well, I continued on the day, and I went to my debate class. I remember the debate team, and my debate coach, Liz Bremner, told me that you need to get on it right now, pointing at me. And I said, okay. Well, I wrote up a letter to Governor Palin, and I sent it on school letterhead and signed by the principal, Sean Anderson, and we sent it off to Sarah Palin's parents, Chuck and Sally Heath. And shortly after we sent the letter, we got a message, or I got a message from an email from one of Palin's people, or one of her aides, saying that, well, thank you for the kind invite. We'll see, not very promising. We'll see what we can do. And then months went by, and I decided to get the class together, all in their sweatshirts, our debate, not our debate, but our class sweatshirts, and we made a banner that said, "We want you, Governor Palin," and we posted it on Facebook, we put it on Twitter, we put it all over the place, and sure enough, Sarah Palin saw it, and she said she would do it. I got an email from the same people who emailed me before, thanking me for the invite, saying, well, we're working on the governor's schedule right now, so you need to, will you tell us what time it was? So I said, okay, and then I got a call, another email that was titled Call, and they said, and we all got together, and I was in a meeting with our graduation coordinator, Linda Chrisman, our principal, Sean Anderson, and I all talked on the phone with Sarah Palin's scheduler, and they said she'll do it. So that's how it pretty much went down. Well, quite an honor, and there's not many people busier than Governor Palin. So for her to do this, even more so. Why Sarah Palin? There's a lot of people you could have tried to go after. Why did you pinpoint the governor? Well, Sarah Palin actually is pretty popular in our class, believe it or not. I mean, when she ran for vice president in 2008, I was personally really, I don't know what the word would be, but I was really blown away with the governor. I mean, she came from a small town like Republic, really, and was able to rise up to become governor of a state, and was able to, run for vice president. And that's not an everyday job. And so anyway, well, I pretty much got the rest of our class kind of, excited about Sarah Palin. I shared her resume with the rest of my class, and she's kind of, it kind of stuck with our class. And each year, my debate team has a annual interp night is what we call it, but we do little skits. And every year, I would do a Sarah Palin skit, and just have some fun, and keep Sarah Palin in our school. And so we our class already has liked her and have admired her for several years, and you really, it really says something about someone's character for a woman like her, or a prominent person like her, a national figure, to come to a small town like Republic to speak at a graduating class of 27. And we've always admired her, so we were all ready to invite Sarah Palin.
Now, to give people proper perspective here, Tyler, again, tell us, how many are in your graduating class, in case someone missed what you just said?
There are 27 kids graduating.
Okay, so again, Sarah Palin taking the time here to go to Washington State to speak at a graduation of 27 seniors at Republic. Now, do you think Governor Palin, I think you touched on this just a moment ago, you think she'll appreciate a town like Republic? Why is that?
I think she'll appreciate a town like Republic because she came from a small town. She's never lived in a huge city. She's was born in Sandpoint, and she's moved up to Alaska and lived in these tiny little towns. And I think she realizes what normal American life is like, and I think like a normal small town life is like. And I think she really can appreciate it, and I think she really does understand what it's like.
What about the name Republic itself, fitting for Palin, considering what she stands for and fights for?
The name Republic?
Yeah, I think that's a fitting name for a town for Palin to speak
at. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So now, Tyler, what has been the reaction to all of this as far as your family, friends, in school and elsewhere? I mean, you're obviously getting national attention now, but what has been the reaction? Surprise? Pride? What are you getting? A little bit of everything?
That's a good answer. A little bit of everything. But yes, of course, just shocked. I mean, people are just blown away that someone like Sarah Palin, who has, like you said before, who has a very, very packed, busy schedule, would come down to Republic to speak at a graduating class of only 27 kids. My family is extremely excited and very proud of what I've accomplished and what our class has accomplished. Members of the community are all ready to, are offering all sorts of things. If she needs us a place to stay, then everyone's very excited, very shocked. Yes.
And you've even had support from school officials. You just rattled off a bunch of names of teachers and principals and whatnot. This is so encouraging in this day and age when we've seen kids across the nation thrown out of school for, wearing an American flag on their shirt, or for, little guys biting their food into the shape of a gun, allegedly. I mean, to see educators supporting you here, especially considering Sarah Palin comes from a family of educators, her father, her brother, that's big here too, I think. Correct,
yeah. My debate coach, Liz Brender, has been an amazing influence on my high school career. She really helped me get along through the whole entire Palin process, and also our school librarian, Kelly Scriber. I should give her some credit for taking the picture and help posting it on Facebook. And we have excellent educators down here at Republic.
You may have politics in your future, right? You plan to study political science?
Yes, I do plan on studying political science. I find the whole election process very, very exciting. I mean, I really like the deep-rooted history, and it's really sentimental to me. I don't like the politics, but who does? And,
So you guys actually talk politics sometimes and world issues. It's not just video games and texting in Republic.
No, it's not. We have some serious discussions, actually. We constantly talk about current world problems, not just in our current world problem class, but in English and all over the place. Yeah, we have actual good conversations.
Now, clearly, this is the biggest event that's ever happened in your gym, I would assume. What's been the biggest event prior to this, would you say, so we could, get a little perspective here?
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
I mean, do you guys even have teams with 27 in the class? What about people who are in athletics?
Oh, we have we have a very good athletic program. I mean, we have an excellent basketball team. We have an excellent volleyball team. We're a very athletic school, and we're state recognized, actually.
So basically, you would think maybe one of your games has been the biggest event before this Palin appearance to come.
Well, I would say, for a guest speaker, last time I could think of anyone was the Attorney General of Washington, but that wasn't anything compared to what we're about to experience.
No, it's going to be something else, but you have everybody on board here, Tyler. That's the good news, not just you and all your classmates who just put this incredible effort forward, but you mentioned all these educators who are behind you, and I can see they're already doing it the right way, the way they're distributing tickets and press passes and things of that nature, so that is really good news. Now, you're the senior class president, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you've already run for office, right?
Yeah, a few times.
There you go. What would you say is the number one reason why you support Governor Palin?
For me personally?
Yeah.
Because I feel that she truly, deep in her heart, believes the way everyday Americans believe, and she realizes the issues that are really plaguing everyday Americans. And another reason why I like her is that she accepted an invitation to our graduation, of course, to our graduation. But like I said before, it really says something about someone's character to accept something like this. And she's had offers to go to major universities and colleges, and she turned them down. So, and also, there's another thing I'd like to add, and the entire speech, the travel expenses, and everything is all on her own dime. So, this is I really like the lady, and I think she's a very, very intelligent woman.
Well said, Tyler, and congratulations. We hope everything goes well, and certainly a graduation ceremony you will never forget.
You're right there.
And we look forward to having young people like you on board here when you head into college and further continuing to spread the message here of common sense. And again, Tyler, best of luck, and thanks for coming on with us.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Tyler Weyer, a teenager who gets it, and his effort, along with the efforts of his classmates, paid off. Governor Palin will address Weyer's class in June. Amazing. Here's the power of social media in a nutshell, and Governor Palin is so good at using new media to get her message across. This past week, Palin tweeted, "Buck stops with you, Mr. President. It's 3 a.m. You missed the call. Last time we saw such misuse of power, Hillary was asking the questions in '74. Palin went on to address Benghazi, the IRS, and more this past week in a Facebook post titled "Scandalous Hat Trick." Palin chided President Obama for saying no to a special counsel to investigate the IRS scandal. Palin points to the Hatch Act, preventing some federal employees from engaging in political activity. Yet the IRS, the Justice Department, and the Benghazi cover-up all demonstrated total disregard for the law. Palin says, quote, "The press had better learn from their experiences of being duped and provide a deserving public, fairer, more intelligent coverage. Speaking of coverage, glad you finally called in the Marines. Shame it was just to hold your umbrella," unquote. Palin referencing the Marines that had to actually hold an umbrella over Obama's head in the Rose Garden. Powerful stuff from the governor. More on the IRS, Palin pointing out the IRS asked an Iowa pro-life group what they pray about. Palin calling that just surreal. It sure is. Well, some good news. Our friend Jason Smith, running for Congress in a special election in Missouri's 8th District, is officially backed by Sarah Palin. The governor endorsed Smith this past week and issued a glowing statement saying Jason has worked tirelessly to build on the foundation of his humble beginnings and is a responsible and respected leader in the Show Me State. In Washington, D.C., Jason will maintain that innate sense of his community and will bring his common-sense conservatism to the halls of Congress. Jason recognizes that government is the problem, not the solution. He will protect our Second Amendment rights and work to promote a culture of life. We must all work together to send Mr. Smith to Washington on June 4th. You can hear my interview with Jason Smith at SarahNetRadio.net. Abortionist Kermit Gosnell was found guilty of 3 counts of first-degree murder. He will spend the rest of his life in prison. Sarah Palin said the Gosnell verdict is a step closer to fundamentally restoring America's destiny as an exceptional nation with the unalienable right to life. The week began with Mother's Day, and it was celebrated by Governor Palin in a way only she could pull off. She went on a bear hunt with the family. The governor posted several great pictures, and she also wrote a beautiful tribute to her mom and moms of military members. Governor Palin also featured my article about her mom, Sally Heath. Thank you so much, Governor. It is an honor to be recognized by you, and it was a true pleasure to interview your mom. What a great lady. If you want to read any of Governor Palin's posts in their entirety, check out Sarah Palin on Facebook and on Twitter at Sarah Palin USA. Now, our weekly commentary, Steel Resolve. Here's Sarah Steelman.
Thanks, Kevin. There are so many scandals rocking this administration that it's hard to pick which one is more outrageous and dangerous. But what underscores all these scandals, the cover-up in Benghazi, the wiretapping in the AP, or the IRS targeting conservative groups, are 2 common themes: the abuse of power by government and the lack of accountability. Neither of these can be tolerated. The abuse of power by people in office or in government violates the public trust and cuts deep into our representative form of government. These are the kind of scars that don't heal easily. And the President of the United States is lackluster at best in his attempt to investigate any of these violations. He takes no direct responsibility for what has happened in his administration, and it has taken little or no action to correct this breach of trust. Thomas Jefferson knew the dangers of an abusive government when he said, "When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty." President Obama's administration is tyrannical by using his power to threaten his political enemies. We conservatives have been saying it for a long time. Let's hope the rest of the people of this country wake up and decide they won't tolerate it. This is Sarah Steelman for SarahNet Radio.
Tune in again next week for another segment of Steel Resolve right here on the Palin Update. And don't forget, the Palin Update, including Steel Resolve, is now on demand and available for download. Just head to SarahNetRadio.net, pick the show you want to hear, and you can listen anywhere, anytime. Well, that'll just about do it for this edition of the Palin Update on SarahNet Radio. Visit SarahNetRadio.net for continuing coverage of Governor Palin. Also, follow along on Twitter at SarahNet Radio, at Kevin Scholla, and at Sarah_Steelman. We're on Facebook, so like SarahNet Radio and like Kevin Scholla. Palin Patriots is our new feature. Go to SarahNet.net, check out the writings from our great panel of contributors, including Martha Zoller. And I'm doing some writing for Breitbart News. Just go to Breitbart.com and search Kevin Scholla. I want to thank Sarah Steelman and everyone here at SarahNet Radio. Thanks to Tyler Weyer. Thank you for listening today. Please be sure to join us again next time for another edition of the Palin Update. I'm Kevin Scholla. Have a pleasant day.